that you've joined us for our team call tonight. We have Eric Johnson from Teamzy. He is absolutely amazing, and he's going to share with us how to, I don't know, he's going to share a lot with us, and I'm just going to kind of let him take it away. But I do have to say, we started our Teamzy boot camp today, and I think there's quite a few of us that are in that started today and had our first day. I had an amazing crushed my power hour this morning before 9 a.m. and I was done, and then I felt like I could actually really enjoy my day. And what I'm excited about for Teamzy is that I've been with the company, as many of you know, for 10 years now, and I'm more excited about my business because of this, because I'm getting to create and really authentic relationships through the system that he's put together for us to really thrive and also grow our business. Like, be good people, be, this light that we all were designed here to be, to show our magnificence, but also really to just, create these awesome relationships. So I'm really excited that you guys get to hear from Eric tonight. And if you're not on Teamzy already, I bet that you'll at least want to do the 30-day trial that's free at the end of this. So take it away, Eric. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much. That was awesome. Okay, let me mute everybody. Everybody's going to be muted. We'll do a Q&A at the end. However, if you feel the spirit move you and you need to speak up, you can unmute yourself. I've left you the ability to do that. So thank you for that great introduction. Again, my name's Eric Johnson, creator and CEO of Teamzy. And yeah, I was looking at everyone's faces and I saw a bunch of familiar people from the bootcamp, which is cool too. I'm excited to talk to you tonight. I will show you guys Teamzy. So if you don't know what Teamzy is, I'm sure probably everyone's heard of it at this point. Teamzy is a CRM, which is just a fancy name for software that helps you manage your contacts. But it's more than that. It's actually based on a system of lead generation, which I'm going to talk to you a little bit tonight, called relationship marketing. And because it's based on a lead generation system, it's not just a filing cabinet where you keep stuff. It actually leads you through the process of building your business, and it's really fun. So I'm going to show you tonight how to set up Teamzy. It's super easy. We'll go through the workflows of doing a power hour, because you can get all your DMO done in less than an hour a day with Teamzy. Okay, you'll always know what to do, and you'll always feel good that you did it today. It's done. You have that feeling of completion. But before I jump into Teamzy, first I want to talk to you a little bit about relationship marketing. You need to understand the philosophy and the system Teamzy's built on. So I'm going to take you through just a quick little training on that, and then we'll jump into Teamzy. So this is what I want to start with. How to leverage relationship marketing to become a power hour boss. How to leverage relationship marketing to become a power hour boss. Okay. So two things we're going to do. We're going to teach you how to systematically build relationships, and in less than an hour a day. So much fun. You can see how much fun Mel had day one. It's good. My backstory, for those of you who haven't met me before, I come from a background of coaching and consulting. I've been a professional business coach for 16 years, helping people implement relationship marketing into their business. I'm not a network marketing direct selling superstar that's been in this industry 20 years, like a lot of you. I fell into direct sales 5 years ago, I guess now. By accident. I just discovered some products that helped me. I was sharing them, and I wasn't really looking to get into anything from a business standpoint. But once I realized what an amazing business opportunity network marketing is, I started looking at this and thinking, okay, from the perspective of a business consultant, I've only got about an hour a day. Could I make this work in an hour a day? And so I started looking for tools to help me leverage my time so that I could do all the things I knew I needed to do to build my business in just that 1 hour. And long story short, I didn't find the tools I was looking for, so we built them. That's why Teamzy exists. And then Teamzy took off so fast that it kind of gave us whiplash. It's been pretty amazing. So in 3.5 years, we've had 80,000 people use Teamzy. We received in November the endorsement of the Juice Plus company, for those of you who didn't know that, which is amazing. And they negotiated on your behalf a discount. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But that's just been the most amazing, humbling thing. So let me explain to you why people love this. It's because of relationship marketing. So what is relationship marketing? A lot of people hear this term and they think it means selling stuff to your friends. Right? But it isn't that. It's actually a lead generation system. Relationship marketing is a lead generation system. That's a system that initiates consumer interest or inquiry into the products or services of a business. It's kind of like a boring business school definition. But the truth is that you are not salespeople. I mean, that's part of what you do, but you're business owners. You're business owners. And the first major decision a business owner makes is, which lead generation system will we employ in our business? So I'm going to teach you about what I think is the best one. Okay. But I want you to understand this principle as we get started here. It's kind of a mindset shift. Your business is lead generation. You're in the lead generation business. That's the job of the business owner. So if you signed 15 customers today and brought 3 team members on, that's a good day. But if you're not doing the activities that generate new leads for your business, you didn't build your business today. You were just busy. Okay. And it's a mindset shift. Now, the cool thing is these activities in Teamzy are super fun. So don't worry, it's not going to be heavy lifting. But here's the next principle I want you to understand. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. So to sum it all up, your job is to meet new people and build relationships with them. Fun, right? Seriously, that's as deep as it gets. I used a lot of big words to explain that. Why do we need to build relationships with people? Because what we do in relationship marketing is we turn relationships into advocates. We turn relationships into advocates by investing time and providing outstanding service. We turn relationships into advocates by investing time and providing outstanding service. Just really quick on this before I move on. Every trainer out there, pretty much, in our business is teaching you how to get sales and recruit people to your team. True? But they're missing the biggest group and the most important group to your business, and that's the advocates. The advocates are people who know what mission you're on and connect people to it all the time. So I want you to start thinking about, when I'm talking to people, these people are going to be my advocates. Some of them will buy, some of them will join my team, but they will all be my advocates. Make sense? It's a totally different approach because nobody gets left behind. We're like the Marines. Nobody gets left behind, right? Except instead of shooting people, we're loving people. I live in a Marine Corps town. Let me go with that. Okay, next principle. Relationship marketing depends on trust. Relationship marketing depends on trust. In other words, if you're a jerk, this ain't going to work. Okay? How many of you have come across somebody in this business that's less than trustworthy, would you say? Okay, not in Juice Plus, just in general. All right. You guys are so nice. The truth is there's a lot of things going on in our industry that makes it feel disingenuous. This is why people are so skeptical and guarded, true, when we approach them. And so with relationship marketing, everything needs to be completely transparent, authentic, real, trustworthy. We can't do anything that violates trust. We can't do anything sneaky. We can't do anything. We just can't hide anything. It just needs to be out in the open, which is fun because trust makes the work fun. Okay, if somebody trusts you even just a little bit, you don't have to convince, you don't have to sell. You can get right to helping somebody. Also, trust takes the ickiness out of the sales process. How many of you are paranoid of being seen as the icky salesperson? I know I am. You'll never feel like an icky salesperson when you're working with relationship marketing and building trust. Also, you get to go for yes. You get to go for yes. Forget the go for no philosophy. With relationship marketing, we're building trust and we're always going for yes. Okay, so how do you actually build the trust? I'm going to share with you the 4 essential ingredients to building trust. Okay, just real quick. These are the basics. Write these down and then I'll break them out for you. Number 1 is chemistry. Chemistry. Number 2 is character. Character. Number 3 is competence. Okay, number 3 is competence. Number 4 is consistency. Chemistry, character, competence, consistency. All right, so let's talk about these. Chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? Chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? It's so important that we listen and find common ground. People want to do business with friends, and nobody wants to do business with someone they don't like, right? And it's easy for us to make a quick judgment on whether we like somebody or not. That's why it's important for you to listen and ask questions and make sure that we find the common ground first. Chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. Number 2, character. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you are relatable. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you are relatable. I want you guys to notice something about this definition. You don't have character. Character is something you do. Okay? You don't have character. Character is something you do. It's an action you take. We think that we have character and we want people to recognize it. We get offended if someone questions our character, don't we? The truth is, it's our job to show our character. And as a business owner, I want you guys to think about this one. If you think about nothing more of these 4, this is the one I want you to think about the most. How am I demonstrating my character? How am I showing up in my business? How am I serving my customers? How am I talking to my customers? How am I posting on social media? Is my social media about how much I care for others? Or is it, right? How am I driving my car in traffic? How am I, returning the shopping cart after my shopping trip? These are things that show your character. You guys live in a community and you are your business. And so we need to constantly think about how we're demonstrating our character. Number 3 is competence. Competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. There's 2 pieces of this. Competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. For example, I've got some issues going on with my health. Can you talk to me about your products? Are you competent enough to educate me and help me make my purchase? That's the first piece, competence, demonstrating that you're good at what you do with Juice Plus. The second piece is, are you a business person that I trust to mentor me in the business? Do I want to join your team? These are the 2 things I need to be seeing from you. Does this make sense? Now, here's the good news. For those of you who are new or newer, and you don't necessarily have the same level of competence as, say, Mel, who's been doing this more than 10 years, right? The good news is you don't need to fake it and you don't need to pretend you do. What you do when you're new is you lean into the competence that's already established by your team. You lean into your team and your upline's competence. You let people know, honestly, I'm brand new, but I'm connected to some of the most knowledgeable people in the business, and I can get your answers. Okay? If you want to join the team, we'll do it together. We'll walk the stage together. We'll fast track together because we'll be mentored by the best together. So competence is so important that you build it and don't fake it. Remember, it's all about trust, right? Don't fake it. If someone says, fake it till you make it, hey, not with this. Make sense? Okay. Leaders, let your new people know. You don't need to worry if you don't know this yet. As you're building competence, lean into me. All right, there's a principle behind these 3 before I move on to number 4. And I want you guys to understand this. When somebody's going to do business with you, they consider these 3 things. This is all that really matters. Can I trust you? Do you care about me? And are you good at what you do? Can I trust you? Do you care about me? And are you good at what you do? I call these heart questions because they're not usually articulated, they're felt. Right? And think about it. Think about a situation where you stopped being a customer or you took your business elsewhere. And usually it's one of these 3 things that you just didn't feel right about, right? So here's the good news. As you develop a relationship with people, you will answer these questions for them over time. As you continually invest in the relationship, these go away. But when a relationship is new, they will come up. And I want you to know that when objections are raised, they come from this. Objections come from one of these or a combination of these. So as you overcome objections, keep in mind, focusing on building that relationship, building trust. Okay, number 4, consistency. Consistency. How many of you think consistency is hard? Hey, we're all good at consistency. Do you ever think about all the things you do really well and consistently? Let me just get a hands up for the people who brush their teeth every day. All right, good. Well, we can probably work on that, Mel. I didn't put that in my training, but I think it's important for building your business that you brush your teeth every day. My point is this: if you can do that, you can do anything. It's about layering in the habits that matter, right? Consistency, but I'm talking about building trust. What builds trust better than being consistent? How many of you have kids, have raised kids, or are raising kids? Is that important? Yeah, it's hugely important to be consistent if you want to build trust. I love this principle. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. People respect consistency and they desire it for themselves. I lifted this principle from one of my favorite books. I'll recommend it to you in a minute. But basically, we know that being consistent builds trust. But more than that, people love to be around it. How many of you have been told by somebody that you're inspiring them? And it's kind of blown your mind. Yeah, it blows my mind too when people tell me that. What is it about you that's so inspiring? Do you put your both feet in your pants at the same time, or are you one leg at a time like everybody else? What's inspiring people is when you're consistent. They see you being consistent. It's amazing to them. They see you leading a healthy lifestyle. They see you exercising. They see you doing things that they wish they could do. They desire it for themselves. Being consistent builds trust and it attracts people to you. It's kind of like a win-win-win, right? This is from one of my books that I love called Influence, the Psychology of Persuasion. It looks like this. Such a good read. If you haven't read this, add this to your personal development list. Those of you who are in boot camp, this is on your suggested book list. Okay. Influence. He's also got a TED Talk. For those of you who like the Reader's Digest version, you can watch the TED Talk where he talks about this. But this is one of the chapters in there. One of the 6 pillars of influence is being consistent, consistency. People respect consistency and desire. Oh, my internet connection is unstable. Hey, I want you guys to know if anything happens and I drop out, I will come back. Okay? So don't worry. So are you consistent? Let me just look at you guys for a second. Stop sharing for a second. How many of you are consistent? You use your juice, take your Juice Plus every single day. Well, that's good. We do better with that than brushing our teeth. That's good. I'm glad. Maybe you don't have to if you take Juice Plus, right? How about posting on social media? How many of you are consistent about sharing your story on social media and your journey? Awesome. Okay. Carol's got her thumbs down. Hey, everybody has a place to improve. It's all good. So then the real question is this. This is what Zig Ziglar used to call the checkup from the neck up. How many of you are consistent about staying in touch with all the people you know? Now I know I can see a bunch of you that are going to be in boot camp with me for 12 weeks. Next time I do a team call, I'll have a bunch of hands. But this is what matters, because as I mentioned in the beginning, to build your business, you need to deepen relationships, right? You need to deepen relationships. And there's only one way to do this. It's by being in touch with people. Okay, it's by being in touch with people. Relationship building is a contact sport. You need to be in regular contact with people. Okay, here's the principle. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. You guys get that one down? Let me just give you an example. How many of you have ever received an amazing card from somebody you care about, like that had a handwritten message in it that really moved you emotionally? Let me see your hands. Okay, for those of you is there anybody who hasn't, if there's anyone who has never received a card like this, put your address in the chat and we will all send you one because you need to get one, okay? When you get a card like that, isn't it amazing how even if it's somebody that's in your life on a daily basis, they can write you a card and it impacts you emotionally? How many of you, when you get a great card, after you've read it, are able to just crumble it up and recycle it, throw it away right away? How many of you are able to clear those out? Okay, let me see the hands for those of you who save those cards and you've got a special place where there's a stack of them somewhere, right? And then when you move, you're like, do I need to take these? Yes, you end up keeping them. When we pass away, often what is treasured by our family are those cards and letters, aren't they? How many of you have cards or letters that belong to somebody that's passed on and you've kept it? It has a lingering value that's hard to quantify, right? Now, on the other hand, has anyone ever received a postcard that says happy birthday from someone? This one is from my life insurance salesperson. It says here's to another great year of you, wishing you all the best. Is that nice? You ever get one of these? Do we have any dentists or chiropractors on the call? Do you guys send these? Anybody? This is nice though, right? I mean, it's nice. It's nice to get a message like this. Does this go in the special place? No. This goes in the trash, right? No problem throwing this away. This goes in the trash. What's the difference? It said happy birthday, just like the beautiful card I have here for my dad for my last birthday. This has no value because it required no time and it's not a personal connection. It's a mass mail. It's not a personal connection and it required no time. Does this make sense? And mass bulk mailings and communications, they have some value. Do you think that by him sending this card to everybody in his database, he might get a couple of life insurance sales a year? Maybe, right? Otherwise, they wouldn't do it, right? It's like sending a blast email. You might get a couple of responses. It's like posting a great post on Facebook. You might get a couple of responses. But what I'm here to tell you is the magic is in personal connection and investing time. Now, do you need to be writing people letters and cards every single day at a deep level? No. But you should be doing that, by the way. That should be something that you do. I just recently had some really pretty cards made with my logo on them that I send to people that are blank. So you should do that every once in a while for sure. And you can log that in Teamzy. It's one of the connection types. But what I'm talking about is just messaging somebody on Facebook or texting somebody one-on-one, a personal message. Did it take much time? It took less than a minute, but it's still 100% more time than other people are investing in that person. And this is how we make people's day. This is how we get into the make someone's day mindset, which I'm going to talk to you about when I show you Teamzy in a minute. But we make a personal connection one-on-one with people. That's how we deepen relationships. And it blows people away. How many of you have started using Teams and you're already amazed at the conversations that are happening? And you're like, I used Eric's dumb little chat script. I didn't believe it would work. And oh my gosh, it had an amazing response. Because it's the investment of time and the personal connection. That is what's magic. And I just want you guys to understand that. This business is about building relationships systematically. The way you do it is by connecting one-on-one and investing a little bit of time in people. And everything that tries to seduce you away because it's easier. Oh, can I do a bulk email? Can I send out a bulk mailing? Can I do this? Can I get a bot that does this for me automatically? Everything that wants to seduce you away like that, I just want you to know that's removing the key element that's going to build the relationship. Does it make sense? So you just got to keep that in mind because there's a lot of shiny object syndrome happening in our industry. So you have to be business owners that go, okay, I have to understand the philosophy. If I'm focused on relationships, I have to look at everything and say, does this connect me one-on-one with people? Okay. I think I beat the dead horse in the submission. Let's get back to Teamzy. Oh, I've got one more slide. Okay. So you got that one. So this is all well and good, but you need to have a system. You need to have a system. Connecting with people willy-nilly won't work because you'll connect too much with some, you won't connect at all with others, and then a whole bunch of people will fall through the cracks. You have to have a way to stay in contact with all your relationships. You should know when to contact them and when not to. In other words, you shouldn't have to spend all day planning in order to do a power hour, right? Know what to say so you don't get stuck staring at your screen in analysis paralysis, trying to think of the perfect thing to say. You should know how to quickly start conversations and make sure that nobody falls through the cracks. You need a system to do this, right? And the good news is I'm going to show you that system right now. That's why we're all here, right? It's Teamzy. Okay. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. It's getting deeper. It's going to be like my rock star voice today. I might have to sing at some point, right? All right, let's get in here. So let me just get a sip of water. For those of you not using Teamzy already, as Mel mentioned at the beginning, you can get a free 30-day trial of Teamzy at teamzy.com/JP. Okay, teamzy.com/JP. It's free for 30 days. You have full access. Okay. Because I know that if you use this for a month, as I'm going to show you right now, you'll fall in love and you'll be my customer. It'll be great. I get to be part of your success story. You get to be part of my success story. It's a win-win. Okay. So I want you to use it for a full month. If you're in a situation where you're brand new and you don't, as my dad would say, have 2 shekels to rub together, that's okay. You have 30 days to create momentum in Teamzy and you'll be fine. All right. So just keep that in mind. Teamzy.com/JP for your free trial if you haven't already done it. Okay. When you first log in, it will bring you to this screen. This is the setup wizard in Teamzy. It helps you set up. This is designed for people like me who aren't super tech savvy. I want my technology to work for me, not make me work. There's a little video from me, but you have me live, so I'm going to skip that. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do in the setup wizard is we're going to set an income goal. How much money, what do you want your annual income to be a year from now? Okay. What do you want your annual income to be a year from now? So you can see I set mine at 150,000. You can scroll up high or you can scroll down low. Okay. Where do you want to be a year from now? And you can get aggressive with Teamzy. If you're consistent with Teamzy, you can set an aggressive goal. You could go from 0 to 6 figures in a year with Teamzy if you're consistent. Okay, that's the key word, being consistent. Now, for those people, Mel, for example, 10 years in the business, already receiving income from Juice Plus, what you're going to do for your goal is you're going to put the difference. You're going to do the amount you want minus the amount you're already earning as your goal. Does that make sense? Yeah. I want to make sure to qualify that because we ran into Kurt Beavers at conference, and he said something's wrong. Teamzy wants me to make 46,000 connects a day or something like that. We're like, oh, I think we set that too high. Okay, so you get the point. So I put 150,000. Now notice when I slide this, it changes what I need to do each day to hit there. So at 150, Teamzy is saying I need to connect with 9 prospects each day, 6 customers each day, and 4 distributors on my team each day. That's 19 people. Okay, I can do that. I can do that in 15 minutes in Teamzy. Pretty cool. Now, this is because Teamzy takes the number and it backward engineers it based on our algorithm, which calculates all the ways you earn and just tells you what you need to do daily. Do you realize that you'll have a plan? You'll know what to do every day to hit your goal now? Pretty cool, right? And you can stop when you hit this number. You can say, I finished for today. All right, so let's continue. Oh, it took too long. Let me refresh this. Here we go. Okay. The last step is getting your contacts into Teamzy. All your contacts in one place, organized. No more pads of paper, no more boxes full of sticky notes, writing on the backs of envelopes that you need later to pay a bill with, right? Anybody do this stuff? No, don't do it anymore. You're going to put it all in one place. By the way, Teamzy lives in the cloud. What does that mean? That means it's in your phone. How many of you are within 2 feet of your phone right now? Oh, we're always next to our phone. It's called freak out if we don't know where our phone is. That means Teamzy will always be nearby. That means you meet somebody, you don't need to write it down on a sticky note. You pull out your phone, put them right in Teamzy right then. Makes sense? You need to call somebody, it's in Teamzy. It's all there all the time. So what you're going to do, these links give you some instructions, okay? How to go into the back office and get your team imported. You're going to get your distributors imported. Then you're going to get your customers imported, okay? And then what's really neat, I love this about Teamzy, you can get your whole Facebook friends list imported into Teamzy. So you can get them all in there. So you're not going through Messenger, trying to think about who to message. It's going to be in one place, organized, okay? So once you get them all in there, you're ready to launch, okay? And then there's going to be more things you can do to set up after you get into Teamzy. You'll see you have this little list here when you're new of different things that you can do. There's one more thing we're going to do to get us ready for our power hour. I'm going to do it really quick. Sorry, just clearing my throat. I didn't make you guys listen to that. Okay, here we go. We're going to rank and label our contacts. So we've got all our contacts in Teamzy. We're going to do one more step, which is ranking and labeling our contacts. So when I click on that, it gives you some information on this, which you don't need to read because I'm going to give it to you right now. I'm going to click right here to go into that page in Teamzy. So in Teamzy, just so you guys know, on the left navigation, there's a page called Team. Team is where your entire list lives. This is all your relationships. Your prospects, your customers, and your distributors. People go, why are prospects on Team? Because remember, our goal is to build advocates, and advocates are part of your team. Make sense? So Team is where everything lives. So we're on that page now, and you can see next to each person's name, because I've enabled rank mode, which is turned on right there. See that rank mode? It shows everybody's star ranking. See the star ranking next to their names? It's like ranking a hamburger on Yelp. But these are people, not hamburgers. But you get the idea. You know how to do this. This is a key part to making the system work. Let me explain why. We give everybody a rating in Teamzy. The rating is just kind of how we feel about them. It's just from the gut. It's not a scientific process, right? I'm going to give you kind of my categories for them. But this is important because with relationship marketing, you need to invest more time in the best people, right? I don't necessarily mean the best people, like what God would say is the best people. I mean the people most likely to help your business and your favorite people. Why is this? Because 80% of your business comes from 20% of your relationships. Have you heard of the 80-20 rule? How many of you have heard of that before? Wondered what it is. It's true in any business. 20% of your relationships is going to bring 80% of your business. You need to be talking to the best people more often. So what we do is we quickly go down a list like this and we just click. If I think Gail is a 4-star, I just click on 4 stars. Now, I want you guys to understand that everybody will start out at 3 stars. So you don't actually have to rank everybody. You just have to look for your 4 and 5-star people. These are the people you like, the people that you want to talk to more. Now, let me explain what I mean by these star ratings. A 5-star is somebody most likely to become a customer or distributor, or they're already on your team, they're already a customer, and they're your rock stars, your favorite people. 5-star people are your best friends. They're your closest family. All these people are 5-star people. They show up on your list every 30 days. Every 30 days, you're going to get a reminder to connect, just to make their day. Okay? Just to make their day. Not to try to sell them or recruit them, just to make their day. You're going to get a reminder to say, hey, how's it going? 4-star is someone likely to become a customer or distributor with a little nurturing, in your opinion. Okay? Or they're already on your team, they're already your customers, they're your solid people. They're your friends and family, but not your closest circle. 4-star people show up on your list every 60 days. Every 60 days, Teamzy brings them back automatically and says, hey, reach out and connect with this person. 3-star people could go either way, which is why your list defaults them all to 3 stars to start. And most of the people on your list will continue to be 3 stars. The majority of the people you know will be 3 stars. They show up every 90 days. They could go either way. You just don't know yet. They show up every 90 days. So if you have 3,000 friends on Facebook, 2,500 of those are going to show up every 3 months as a 3-star. Make sense? Okay. And then 2 stars getting colder. It's 120 days between times they come up. Why is this so important? Because once you've gone through and ranked just one time, and again, you're just looking for the 4s and 5s the first time you go through this, Teamzy sets up your power hour every day for you automatically. When it's time for your DMO, there's no thinking, there's no planning, there's no gee whiz, who should I connect with today or who do I need to follow up with? It's right in front of you. Okay? I'm going to jump over there and show you. Right in the power hour module of Teamzy, right here in the middle, it tells you who's up next. We try to make that as clear as possible. Who's up next? This is who you connect with next. No thinking, no worrying. You just connect with who's up next. The system will always bring people back based on the rank you gave them at that specific time, and nobody will ever fall through the cracks. How cool is that? Okay. So let me show you. We're going to do power hour now. We're all set up. I wanted to show you a couple things on the dashboard. One, today's activities right here, this little area. These are the goals we set and set up. To connect with 9 prospects, 6 customers, 4 distributors. I've also got 2 other goals here, which are to invite 3 people and add 3 people. Okay? So these are connect goals. I'm going to connect. See how it says connects? I'm going to connect with prospects, customers, and distributors to make their day. Invites are when I'm going to invite somebody to join my team. I'm going to invite somebody to buy my products. That's a specific invite. My goal is to do that 3 times today out of 19 conversations. Okay? Why don't I do it on every conversation? Because with relationship marketing, we have a conversation with somebody first to see if they have some interest in learning more. Then we invite them. Not everybody's ready. It's like walking up to a tree and picking all the fruit when only some of them are ripe. Make sense? And then ads are just new people we're adding to Teamzy. We're always adding new people to our list. We're meeting them online, we're meeting them in person, we're adding them to our list, constantly putting fresh water into your business. Okay? All right. And then, so those are your goals right there. You can change those, by the way, anytime. See where it says edit daily goals right here? You can edit those by clicking that. That's what when you click edit daily goals, it edits your daily goals. Pretty cool, right? Okay. All right. So let's do our power hour now that we've done enough explaining. The power hour organizes your day like this. You've got 4 lists: prospects, customers, distributors, and follow-ups. Okay. Each list has 5 names at a time. That's on purpose. That's to keep you focused and to keep you from getting overwhelmed. What do I mean by focused? I mean, it keeps you from skipping all over the place. Just connect with who's up next. Make sense? Okay. On the left side, I've got my list. On the right side, I log the activity as I go. So I don't have to come back later and log stuff and do homework. I do it as I go. And remember, Teamzy is fully mobile, so you can do this on your phone or your desktop, which I'm showing you. First person on my list is Mel. She's my new Facebook friend. I'm going to connect with her. And I've got Facebook open right here in a separate tab, ready to go. Okay, ready to go. The question is, what the heck am I going to say to Mel to make her day? Is this where you guys get stuck? Does anyone ever get stuck with this? I used to stare at people's Facebook page or their Instagram page for like an hour trying to figure out what to say so it was just right. And here's what I found. The simpler the message, the better the response. Okay? Now, once we start having a conversation, then I'll dig in to having a good conversation with her. But the simpler the message, the better the response on connecting. So I'm going to go to scripts. See where it says scripts right here in the connect box? And I'm going to use one of my scripts that I put in here for you. Let's just grab the first one on the list. It says connect number 1. Hi, Jane, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? I hope your day is awesome. By the way, this script works so great. Can't even tell you. And every day people message me to go, I can't believe how well this script works. I didn't believe you. So what I did was I clicked copy script. Now I'm just going to paste it into Teamzy. You could go right to Facebook and send it, but I want to just kind of edit it a little bit so I don't mess it up. So I'm going to put in the right name, actually capitalize it. Great. There we go. Maybe put some emoticons in here. I don't know. What do you guys like? I'm a big fan of emoticons. I think it's one of the greatest things that ever invented for messaging. Isn't it awesome? I put it in my fancy professional emails as well. I want people to know that my email came with a smile. That's all good. So look, I have the message now customized. It has her name, it has a couple of emoticons, ready to send. So I'm going to copy this and actually, because Facebook requires you to send it from Facebook. So I'm just going to toggle over to Facebook. It'll only take me a second. There she is. Okay. So I'm just going to send this message to her. See how easy this is? Bam. Done. Sent. If she wasn't muted, you would have heard it go bloop. Okay, so look, that's sent. Now I'm going to finish logging it in Teamzy so you can log any kind of communication you want. I just want you guys to know I'm a big fan of Facebook Messenger because the response rate is higher than anything, even higher than text messages. So I like to use, if I have somebody on Facebook, I like to talk to them there. Even if they don't usually use Messenger, they almost always get that message. Okay, so I'm going to click the big blue button that says Log Connect. You guys see that? So later when you go, how do you log a connect? It's the big blue button that says Log Connect. So now it's logged. Now notice that she is gone off my list. She's gone. The list has moved up 1 notch. Everything's slid up. I've got 1 done, 8 left. Next person on my list is Jay. Let's just use that same script. It's already on my clipboard. I just paste it in there and change the name. I've already got my emoticons in there, just the way I want it, okay? Don't overthink this process. Just be efficient, okay? There's Jay. We're gonna message her the same thing. Have I ever messaged the wrong name? Yes, I have. My arms and legs didn't fall off. We actually usually have a great conversation. But that's why I actually pasted in Teamzy first. That was actually a suggestion I got from Teamzy users. Like, oh, you never send the wrong name if you do that extra step. So I just do that. So look, here we go. Hi, Jay, log connect, done. 2 done, 7 left. Next is Andrea. Guess what I'm gonna do? Same thing. Super fast. And I'm gonna go send that in Facebook. I'll spare Andrea today, but you get the idea. I'm going to send that in Facebook to log at 3 done, 6 left. You're just going to work down your list until you hit your goal for the day on prospects. Okay? Couple of pro tips. Some people will immediately respond. Don't go off the rabbit trail of having the conversation right now. Wait until you've got all your outgoing messages done. Okay? It won't take you long if you get in the groove. The second thing I want you to know is about half of the people you message won't respond. I don't want you to worry about them at all. Don't give them a second thought. Not even a second thought. Why? Because they're in Teamzy. They're going to come back automatically. Don't worry about them. Okay? If you're doing a similar amount of activity that I'm showing you, 19 people a day, that's almost 20 people a day for 5 straight days, you're going to be having 50 conversations by Friday, and you're not going to be thinking about the 50 people who didn't respond. Does it make sense? They will come back automatically. Do not worry about them. However, something magical still happened. They still see your message. They still connect to you at a level. And a lot of times they're going to your Facebook page and they're engaging with you, even if they didn't have a chance to respond. Okay, so you keep going. All right, so once you're done with your prospects, this circle turns all the way blue when you hit your goal for the day. Go to customers and start connecting with them. First customer on my list is Amanda. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go straight to my scripts and get a script. I'm not going to overthink this. Something like this. Hi, John. How are you enjoying the product? Send me an update. Let me know it can be of help. Okay, great. So let's get that one going. Boom. Change the name to Amanda. How are you enjoying your tower garden? Talk about not overthinking, right? So you can send that message to her. Boom. Go send it to her on Facebook, log it. The next person, Jackie, comes up. Maybe I'll get a simple script, which I love to send to customers. They love this one too, by the way. Hi, Jane. Just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. Has anyone ever used that one? Anyone on this call? If you try it tonight with a couple of customers, you'll be amazed at the response to that one. It's so simple. Make sure you get the name. Here, another pro tip: never delete the name. Always put the name in the message. Don't say "Hey girl" or just delete it so that you can be faster. Take a minute to type the name in. There's a couple of reasons. There's psychology behind it. They know it's for them. They know it's not a bulk message. They know it's not this. Okay. But also it helps with Facebook. It helps with Facebook. Facebook does not like to see you copying and pasting the same message 20 times in a row in 5 minutes. If you change the name every time, it's a different message as far as Facebook's concerned. Make sense? If you're using Facebook for these. So look, okay, you get the idea. You're going to connect with your customers. Quick note on this with customers. You do not need to overthink how you communicate with customers. You don't have to talk to them about Juice Plus every time you connect with them. You don't have to talk to them about their upcoming order every time. You just need to connect regularly. You just need to be there, be present. Okay? Think about somebody you go to an amazing restaurant and you have excellent service. Does every time the servers stop by the table, do they come with the menu? No, a lot of times they just walk by and smile and say, can I get you anything? Are you good? How are you doing? Are you enjoying your meal? They're just touching. That's what I want you guys to do. You just need to understand it's just about being present. Okay? So it's really simple, and you don't have to create a complicated follow-up system. You get a new person on Juice, you get a new person taking Juice Plus. You can just put them, when they go in, just put them for 5 stars so they come up every 30 days for the first few months, right? And then you can move them back after that. You don't have to overcomplicate it. Really simple. But something magical will happen when you're in touch with your customers. First off, it's the right thing, right? How many of you wish you were just in regular contact with your customers because you know it's the right thing? Yeah, it's good service. Here's a statistical fact you may or may not know. When you're in regular contact with customers, they order more products and they retain longer. They order more products and they retain longer. Right now, this team will probably see, just because of this call this month, you'll probably see an increase in volume. Is it because Eric's amazing? No. It's because you guys are going to all get into Teamzy, at least for the 30-day free trial. You're going to be talking to customers, and guess what? People are going to order more, and they're going to retain better. It just happens. It's because you're present. Okay? It's pretty cool, and it feels darn good for you, too, when that happens. There's another really important reason to be in regular contact with customers. And again, like I said, just making their day, just being there, just letting them know I'm here if you need anything, if you have any questions. And people will have questions. They will ask about, because they're going to be watching you more on social media now as you're connecting. So they're going to be seeing product releases. They're going to be seeing you talk about other things. And they're going to ask you about them just when you reach out, which is kind of cool. How many of you have at least one amazing customer that you just love? Yes, good. Just about everybody. How many of you would like some more like that? Where do you go to get them? Where do you go find them? Missy, God bless you, because you answered everybody. Who the heck knows? The best place to find a new customer is from your current customer. Okay? A current customer is the best source for a new customer. I want you to know a lot of people are selling shiny things out there. This program, this Instagram thing, this whatever. There's no better place than a current customer, somebody who's already using the product and loves it. What do people do when they love something? They tell other people about it. They talk about it. They can't help themselves. Is that true? It's like hardwired into us. They're talking, what does this mean? It means that customer that you were all thinking about, it's just an example, that person's telling other people about Juice Plus already. They're already talking about it. And did you guys know this statistic? In North America, we're all in North America here on this call, right? This statistic's in North America, but I believe it's universal for all human beings. 82% of North Americans say they make a purchasing decision based on the recommendation of a friend. Would you say that's true? So your customers are telling their friends about Juice Plus, who are 82% likely to make that purchase. The question is, are you in contact with your customers on a regular basis so that you're getting introduced to the people they're talking to? I had some friends over the house this weekend. Actually, it was a play date for our kids. So now we're friends because our kids are friends. And they were curious about the Tower Garden. Right? These things sell themselves. Anybody that looks at one of those things, they want one, right? And I started telling them about the capsules and the gummies and how excited I am that I'm getting my kids to eat these gummies. And we're new to it. So I haven't seen like a dramatic increase, but I'm excited about it. I'm telling them about it. And they're saying, our son who's 7, they were telling me that their son goes 7-8 days without a bowel movement. I was like, oh, you got to get him on these gummies. And they're like, do you think it would help? I go, well, that's the number one thing that you notice right away when you take Juice Plus. Look, I'm just telling you guys this story because these guys were like, well, let me see it. And I went and got a gummy. And I said, their son's name was Rigel. He was playing with my kids. And I said, hey, Rigel, you want a gummy? He goes, sure. And he put his hand in the bag, popped it in his mouth. And they're like, because they were like, I don't know if he'll eat those. And he ate them and he went back to playing. And I looked at them and they're like, oh, we're going to Google that and get some. The first thing they said, we're going to Google that and get some. How many of you guys just died a little when I said that? That's happening right now. You need to train your people. No. Introduce them to me. Let me take care of them. I'm going to give them great service. They're your friends. I care about you. I'm going to take care of your friends just like I take care of you. You need to be connecting with people and training them to be your advocates. Does this make sense? So what did I say? No. I'll send you a link to my guy, my Juice Plus guy. You don't need to go Google. I don't want you to find some random person. They might not even be in the business right? But when they said that, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm teaching on this tomorrow night. We're going to Google that and get some. It's like, no, you can't. I mean, they probably did. But my point is, like, you got to be in touch with people. You got to be training them. Let me introduce them. Introduce me to your friends. Are you talking to people about Juice Plus? Would you introduce me so I can help them? Okay. Those of you who are in boot camp, we're going to spend a whole week on that topic. So don't worry. You guys are going to get some serious skills on how to do that. But in general, just be in touch with your customers. Okay. Where am I? I just had to hit that because somebody actually asked in the Teamzy community today, what am I saying to my customers? Why am I reaching out to them? That's why. Okay, next, distributors. You got to build those relationships with your team the same way, one-on-one, investing in people. Having a team page, great. Having Zoom calls, that's great too. But you need to connect with people one-on-one. Quick message, a quick note, a quick text. It will make their day in a huge way, even more than with your customers and your prospects. And even more so as you get more successful. It means so much. And it's just something that most leaders can't even conceive of doing until Teamzy comes into their life. Now you can do it quickly and easily, just message people It makes their day in a big way. And just a little side note on this. We think that people are money motivated. How many of you think that people are money motivated? People are definitely survival motivated, right? But do you know that they've studied this? They've studied what creates workplace productivity for years and years and years. All the social science. They've never correlated it to financial gain. Did you know that? I want you guys to know that. You should help your people make money so that they can survive. But what makes people work harder, makes people stick to something and persevere is relationships. It's relationships. Relationships is the number one thing, feeling connected. That's why we named our business Teamzy and not Leadsy or something cheesy like that. Teamzy, it's about the team. Make sense? The second biggest motivator for workplace productivity is status or perceived status, which is why recognition is such a huge part of our culture, right? Status. So just think of that, relationship and status. Those are the two things that people need, is to feel connected and celebrated. Okay. I'm having fun with you guys today. So now I've done my prospects, my customers, my distributors. I've just sent those messages out like little love letters in bottles out to the ocean. They've gone out. Okay. Now I get to my follow-ups list. Second half of my power hour is working my follow-ups list. There's nobody on it. There's no follow-ups. Follow-ups have to be set. See, the connects are automatic. Teamzy constantly cycles your list for you so you stay in touch with people. We put people on our follow-ups list after we've invited them, after they've shown us some interest. So the follow-ups list is like really hot, good leads. Let me give you an example. So I messaged Mel. Hey, how are you? She says, oh my gosh, great to hear from you. You made my day. Just that made my day. Oh, great. And we're connecting. What have you been up to since high school? Right? And because a lot of times it's kind of awkward at first, right? If you've been out of touch with people. So it's just like, well, just, I'm going to give you guys my favorite phrase, which works like a charm, which is, what have you been up to? Send me an update. What have you been up to? Send me an update. That's my magic phrase. Because it's really awkward sometimes. And then once you say that, it's like, oh, well, because they got to catch you up sometimes on their entire life since you were kids. You know what I mean? So she's like, oh my gosh, well, I live in Incline Village and right now we're under 50 inches of snow. Oh my gosh, that's crazy, right? So we can have a conversation based on whatever she tells me. My goal is now to have a conversation. The original connect was just to make her smile, make her day. And if she responds, now I get to have a conversation with her, hopefully. Will some of those conversations fizzle out quickly? Yeah, they will. Some of those will fizzle out right away, and that's okay, because it may take some time to build that trust out of nothing. So I messaged her out of the blue. Okay, that was nice, I guess, kind of strange, whatever. A few months later, I messaged her again. Now we're starting to get more comfortable with each other. What happened in the meantime after the first message? She's been to my Facebook page. She's starting to get to know my kids. We haven't even seen each other since high school. By the time we talk again, she's asking me about my dog by her name. This is what happens, right? Isn't it? But that personal connection takes her. People, let me just say it like this. People watch you on Facebook and Instagram like you're a TV show they're not part of. As soon as you connect, they're now part of it. Does this make sense? They're now a cast member in your life. And it's just kind of hard to describe. But now as you're messaging to them, it's more meaningful. I can't even tell you how many people, we just started Teamzy Bootcamp. We do it once a quarter. I don't want to confuse you with that, but so many people said, I signed up because I met you at a conference. When they connected with me personally, they felt like they were a cast member in our mission. And they were like, I want to go deeper. And that's what I want you guys to understand. Does that make sense? So when you're connecting with people, and I'm having a conversation with Mel, some of these conversations fizzle out, but I'm going to try to have a conversation with her. My number one goal in the conversation is to help her, is to find a way to help her. It may not have nothing to do with Juice Plus. Okay? So that's your goal. First goal is to help her in some way. I'm listening. I'm asking questions. I'm listening for pain points, things I can help her with. Okay? And pain points can be a complaint. She could tell me her pain point. She could make a joke, a sarcastic joke. which is what I find is most common, right? And you just got to listen for those and help with them. She may need a recommendation for someone to fix her roof, or she might need a new dentist for her kids. I don't know. I'm going to listen and find out what's going on. She may be in a low point today and feeling really alone. And then out of the blue comes your message, and she feels lifted. This happens all the time. Have you guys experienced this? And I've had people say out of the blue, like, oh my gosh, you're an answer to prayers. And they needed somebody today to be with them, or they needed somebody to pray with them. I don't know. The goal is, as you connect, find a way to help them. Remember, you're in the long play. You're investing in relationship. Now, as we're having this conversation, it's a back and forth. It may take a few days if we start on Messenger or text, because you really can't start a conversation any other way these days, can you? Unless you find somebody in the grocery store and run into them. I'm going to tell her what's going on with me. After I find out what's going on with her and I try to help her in some way, I'm going to tell her what's going on with me. Sometimes she may ask me, what about you, Eric? What have you been up to? It's like, yes. But a lot of times people just feel really good about telling you about them, which is great. So I'm going to say, well, let me just catch you up on what I've been up to. I've actually not had a job for 4 years. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry to hear that. No, it's all good. I work for myself. I have my own business. I'm home now with my kids full time, which was my dream. And it's been incredible because I've been able to take all of that stress and worry that I used to have about being laid off. And now I get to channel that energy into building positive things for my family, or, whatever. I'm just having a conversation about what I've been doing. And a lot of times I will gear what I say to what I've heard. If she hates her job, I'm going to talk about not having a job. If she is worried about money, I'm going to talk about how financial freedom feels like, So my point is I'm going to tell her what's going on with me. And my goal in telling her is this. I guess, Mel, I'm way off the deep end on what they need to do to use Teamzy, but is this okay? I'm just going to give them a little bit more. I'm just going to invest in you guys a little bit. This is me investing in my relationship with you guys. I need you guys to share what you do and why you're passionate about it. Okay? What you do and why you're passionate about it. Do you help people regain health? Do you help people, what is it that you're excited about? Is it helping their kids? So figure out what it is. Each of you has something that you are passionate about, and you need to share that with people. Okay, with me, I had lost a bunch of weight. I was excited about helping other people lose weight, regain their health. So I told people, I lost a bunch of weight. Now I'm passionate about helping other people do it. Do you know anybody who needs help with this? I would love to help them. You got to let people know what your mission is. Make sense? My friend Ron, who's my Juice Plus rep, he had stage 4 cancer, and he was able to, for a long time, put it into remission. And that made him passionate about helping other people who had no hope, because he had no hope from the medical profession to help other people in the same way. He got on a mission, and now he's bringing other people onto his mission. What is it that you do? Why are you passionate about it? Now, something magical happens when you don't just go, I do Juice Plus. Would you like to try Juice Plus? It's amazing. I'll send you a link. You can watch this informative video and tell me what you think. Do you think that they've seen 10 informative videos from other network marketing products? Yeah, nobody wants that. But when you tell them what you do and why you're passionate about it, here's their response 100% of the time. Well, there's probably outliers, but they're not going to be your people anyways. They're going to say, wow, that's great. Good for you. I'm proud of you. Good on you. Good for you. Right? That's their first response to your business. Good for you. Wow, that's great. Because people are inspired by other people's passion. Yeah. So when you have that response, now all you have to do is go, would you like to learn more about what I'm doing? Are you interested in learning more about it? Would you like some more information on what I'm doing? There's 3 possible ways you could say it. Are you curious to learn more about it? Just ask them. Because they're not going to be like, oh, gross, she's trying to shove Juice Plus down my throat. No, it's just like, you just told me it's awesome. Good for me. Do you want to learn more about it? Maybe you'd be good at this. And if they say no, great. Mel says, no, thanks, Eric. I'm really happy for you, Eric, but I'm not interested in doing that right now. No worries at all. Hey, Mel, I just want you to know, really enjoyed reconnecting with you. It was great chatting with you. She's going to say, yeah, me too. And then what am I going to do? I'm going to plant that seed. I'm going to say, could you do me a favor though? If you do come across somebody that I could help, would you connect me with them so I can get them some information, because I'm on a mission to help as many people as I can. And the people that are close to you are people I really would like to help. Okay? Does this make sense? So if she says no, great. I've invested in the relationship and I planted the seed for what? She's going to be my advocate. She might not know it yet. But when I say, could you do me a favor and connect me to people who I could help? She's going to say, I will do that. I've never come across somebody that says, no, I'm not going to do that either. They may be lying when they say they'll do it, but it's okay because we're psychologically programming them. They just don't trust me yet. This is our first conversation. A lot of people might not trust me yet unless I've already built trust with them in the past. That's why, by the way, that's why we rank our people, because there are people who already trust you. You want to talk to them first. This makes sense? I had a lot of people who said, what are you doing? Send me the link. I'll buy it. If you're doing it, I'm in. That's because trust was there, and that's where you're going to get with other people. Does this make sense? Okay. So I'm talking to Mel. I'm asking her, are you interested in learning more? And she says, yeah, I think I would like to learn some more. Great. Now I've uncovered interest. I've told her what I'm doing and why I'm passionate about it. I've uncovered interest. I'm now going to invite her to something, based on our conversation. If it's the financial freedom, I'm gonna invite her to learn about the business. If it's the fact that her kid eats nothing but chicken nuggets and French fries and hasn't gone to the bathroom in 7 days, which was the case with my friends, I'm going to talk to her about the product. Does this make sense? And so I'm going to now invite her to something. So let me just give you an example. Let's say she wants to learn about the business. Great. So I say, hey, Mel, are you going to be around tonight? Are you home tonight? I always ask people if they're available. I ask them if they're home. Because they're going to be home, but they don't want to do anything with you, so they're not available. Are you going to be home tonight? Great. My team is doing an event on Facebook. It's a live Facebook event. You can be in your pajamas. You can just tune in from home in your comfort of your home after the kids are in bed and check it out. It's going to be great. We're going to talk about the business. People are going to be sharing stories. You'll get a really good feel about what I do. And if you're interested, I'll send you that link. Okay, that sounds great. Send me that link. We'll check it out tonight. Perfect. I'm going to send you the link right now, Mel. And what I'll do is I'll connect with you tomorrow and see if you have any questions. She says, that sounds great. So this is an example of a conversation that's led to an invite. Now let me show you how I'm going to do it in Teamzy. So she's no longer on my dashboard because I already connected with her earlier this week. She's long gone. But there's at the very top of the screen in Teamzy, let me minimize that. See this lookup bar right here? You just look them up right there. Okay. So that brings me to her record on the team page where I can log an invite. So I opened up the connect box. Bottom left, it says invite. This is how I move a connect into an invite. I take it off connect and I put it on an invite type. So let's call this, I'm going to call this a business opportunity meeting. And I'm going to put on here that it was a Facebook Live event. Okay. So I'm messaging over that link. Now check this out. Right here where this little calendar is where I set a follow-up. Now I told her I'd follow up tomorrow, so I'm going to set it for tomorrow. You can set a follow-up for any date in the future. I'm going to set it for tomorrow. And then when I hit log connect, it logs that invite and it puts the follow-up on her record. So a couple things, cool things have happened. You can see I have an invite logged now. And when I go to my follow-ups list, I have one due tomorrow with Mel. This has now removed her temporarily from my prospects list, and she's going to live on my follow-ups list. Okay. Now, tomorrow when I do my power hour, I'm going to connect with my prospects just like I showed you, my customers, just like I showed you, whoever's up next, my distributors, whoever's up next. Always work from left to right. And then I'm going to go to my follow-ups list. I'm going to connect with all of my hot lead follow-ups that are on this list. So when I get to Mel, I'm going to do this just like a regular connect. I'll go to my scripts and I'll grab a follow-up script. By the way, I have my 10 follow-up scripts in Teamzy numbered for you. It's really easy. So follow-up number 1, see that right there? It says, hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? By the way, pro tip, always promise to follow up and then do it and use this script because it reinforces in their mind that you're a person of your word and of integrity. So change the name. Just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? I'm going to do this the exact same way I did before. I'm going to message her on Facebook because that's where I found her before. Except I can't type. I really can't type. I know a lot of Melanies. There she is. That's a good thing, right? So now I've sent the follow-up. Okay, so I'm going to toggle back over to Teamzy. Now, a couple things. Pay attention to this little detail. Come back from the kitchen if you're making a sandwich. Okay, so right here, I'm going to log this. But before I log it, I'm going to set another follow-up. I want to keep her on my follow-ups list. I'm going to set another follow-up, let's say 2 days from now. Okay, so now I'm going to log that I followed up, and I'll follow up again in a couple days. This is so important. You want to keep them on your follow-ups list. Got to keep them on your follow-ups list. Don't let them fall off. If somebody's expressed interest, you need to follow up like a pro. Okay? How many of you feel like this is where you struggle a little in the following up? Okay, you're normal people. But here's what I want you to understand. Okay, seriously, lock in on this. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. I know that hurt, didn't it? I'm not even going to ask you to raise your hands. I know how many of you follow up 10 times on a lead. Because I've done this training a few times, okay? But here's what I want you to understand. First off, I'm going to teach you right now how to do it without, how many of you don't do it because you don't want to be annoying? Let me see that, if that's the reason. Just about everybody. I'll teach you how to not be annoying, okay? It's really simple. People will thank you for following up 10 times. They will love you for it. They will recommend you to their friends because of it, right? You're like, I'm skeptical, Eric. Trust me, it works. It works, it works, it works. But first, I need to shift your mindset. How many of you are in this business because you honestly, from a heartfelt place, want to help people and believe you can really change their lives? Okay, good. You're my people. This is why I love Juice Plus. Oh my gosh. Mike and I went to conference on a lark. I'm like, let's just go. It's in Sacramento. We live in California. And we were just completely blown away because we've been to other conferences. How many of you have been to other conferences for other network marketing companies? Yeah, it's different, isn't it? So different. The fact that everybody raises their hand when I ask that question every time with Juice Plus, this is why I love you guys. Here's what I want you to understand though. I'm going to rephrase my statistic for you. 80% of the people you could help, you won't help if you don't follow up more. 80% of the people you could help, you won't help until you follow up more. I'm going to say something controversial. The Juice Plus product, it's irrelevant. If they don't take it, it doesn't help them. Does this make sense? If they don't buy it, it can't help them. It's irrelevant how good it is. Doesn't matter. So if you want to, this is, you guys need to know this. This is a philosophical tenet of relationship marketing. Following up is the only thing that matters. The product doesn't matter until they get it. The follow-up is what matters. Following up is an act of love. Following up is an act of love. You want to help people in this business? You have to follow up. That's how you do it. That's how you love them. You follow up. Following up is an act of love. Write that down somewhere where you can see it all the time. Following up is an act of love. And when you follow up 3 times and they don't respond, you get nothing but crickets, and you start thinking, oh my gosh, they're not interested, and you stop following up, what you've done is you've communicated this. I don't care about you. I don't care about you. I kind of wanted to sell you something, but now I just don't care anymore because you didn't answer to me. That's harsh, right? You guys need to know, though, that's what is received. Okay, so now that I've got you sold on the fact that you're going to follow up 10 times, let me teach you how to do it so you're never annoying. Okay? All right. Number 1, there's 2 rules. There's 2 rules, okay? Now, a couple people will probably put in the chat, this goes against what I've been taught. Maybe. But you're not following up 10 times now. So let's just forget what you've been taught. We'll go with this. Okay, rule number 1. Never ask them to do anything in your follow-up. Don't ask them to do anything in your follow-up. Don't ask them to even respond or call you back or message you or anything. They shouldn't have to do anything. The onus is on you to keep following up. Okay? Because as soon as I have to respond or I have to call you back and it's not convenient to me, that's annoying. Make sense? Number 2, your follow-up message should always be messaged. In other words, I should be able to read it. I have to be able to read it, and it needs to be short. It has to be short enough that I can read it, the whole thing, without opening it. There's a strong psychological reason for this. See, here's what happens. The message comes through on your phone, and I've got notifications on my phone right now. You guys see those? Of messages. How often does a message come through at a moment that's not convenient for you to respond? Almost always, right? Almost always. But you still have a deep desire to see what the message says, don't you? We all do. So here's the thing. Make it easy on them. We don't want to open the message. Oh my gosh, because we're not going to respond right now. And I don't want to look like a jerk who opened the message, then ignored it. Right? So they're not going to open the message. So let them see the whole thing so they're not irritated that they can't see the whole thing. Make sure they can read it, because if you send them a voice message, that's even worse, because I have to open it and I have to listen to it, and I have to do it when I don't have a 3-year-old crawling up my leg and yelling, or right, or whatever the case may be, or I'm at work or whatever. I can't, I'm in a meeting. Oh my gosh, when I used to have a job, I would always look down at those text messages and get them. I wasn't going to listen to a voice message right then. Does this make sense? So make it easy on them. There's something powerful that happens when you follow up this way. First of all, it demonstrates your care over time, because you're not requiring anything. You're just consistently showing them that you care. Your messages are going to communicate to them. You're going to reconnect them to the emotion that they felt when they talked to you about your business, your products. Did anyone know what that emotion is? This is what you actually sell in your business. It's hope. We're in the hope business. They're going to feel that hope every time they see a message from you, even if it's fleeting for 1 second. Okay? And what will happen is most people, so 80% convert after 7 to 10. That means 20% will convert in the first few. Those are the ones you've already closed. Customers you have now, they were the 20% that were easy. They signed up in the first few. The rest, the majority of people, they won't even respond. Has anybody had people like this? They're so interested and then they don't respond. Nothing but crickets. 3 times, 4 times, no response. 5 times, no response. 6, 7 times is when typically people might respond the first time. Right? And if you haven't gone to 7, you lost them. And then what will happen about that point is you'll get a message that says, I'm so sorry I haven't responded. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for following up. And they'll explain to you all the little reasons why they didn't respond. The first time you called, the dog threw up on the baby. The second time you called, I was cooking dinner. It's been nuts. My husband got laid off, whatever. They'll unpack all the bags of why they've justified not responding to you. But the bottom line is this: you just need to understand most people won't respond because their own life is happening. You represent change. And at some psychological level, they're just not ready to talk about that today because they're busy in their life right now. So you just need to be present. Keep connecting them to that hope, and they will respond over time. So does this make sense? 10 follow-up scripts in Teamzy. I've already written these out with this plan in mind for you. Just use them. They're numbered. So I can go in when I'm following up with Mel down the road, I go in and go, oh, I just sent her number 4. I'm going to go get number 5. There's no thinking involved for your DMO. You just, now, yes, you're going to have conversations with people. That's where you get to connect. But for the DMO, Power Hour, send those messages out. You get down to your prospects, your customers, your distributors. Then you go to your follow-ups, and you follow up to the next follow-up people. This is a beautiful system. As you're having conversations and uncover interest, you're putting people on that follow-ups list. That follow-ups list will fill up. Over time, you will have a lot of people on the follow-ups list. You keep connecting, keep connecting, keep connecting. Guess what happens? Every single month, some of them convert. every single month. Some of them turn into distributors every single month. And so your business starts to grow consistently and predictably. This is how we can calculate what you need to do on a daily basis to hit your numbers for the year. Does this make sense? Okay, last thing I'm going to show you, and then we'll do Q&A because I know I've been talking a long time. So when she finally becomes a customer or a distributor, how do I do that in Teamzy? So again, I'm going to look her up in the lookup bar to find her record. Okay. First thing I'll do is I'm going to log the sale. So see where it says sale in her name? I'm just going to click sale. If she became a customer, I'll just hit other. If she came in as a distributor, I'm going to click application fee. Okay. And then I'm going to click save. So that just processes that there was a sale. And then I'm going to put in what she bought. She got a tower garden. Okay. And she got a quad. These are just tags. I'm just adding tags. Okay. So that I know what product she's using. And then I'm going to move member type from prospect to distributor. In this example, personally sponsored. Okay. It's that simple. Now she'll show up on my distributor list instead of my prospects list as I continue to connect with her and build my relationship with her. Okay. All right. If you guys have questions at this stage, I'm sure some of you do, go ahead and unmute and ask away.
Eric, I have a question. First off, thank you so much. This has been really, really awesome. I know I'm truly appreciating this. Awesome dive into Teamzy. So let's say you have 3,000 Facebook friends, and let's say they're prospects, right? Because I'm brand new in the business, right? But I only log that I want to make $2,000 this year, or whatever it is. How do I ever get through all those 3,000? You're never going to, right?
Why would you only want to make $2,000?
Or whatever. Let's just say, even if it wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, even if my goal was like what, $20,000.
Yeah.
Would I? And I'm only having to do 4 a day or 2 prospects a day. Would I?
Yeah. So that's a good question. And here's what I would encourage you guys that are on this call. How many of you guys had a goal that's, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000? What if you could make it 6 figures and only do an hour a day? Would you go for 6 figures? So my encouragement is that everybody should set their goal at 6 figures in Teamzy. Because at 6 figures, it's pretty easy. I mean, I set mine at 150 and you could do it in an hour a day, but at 100, it's pretty easily done. So I would say set your goal a little bit higher. So I'll just give you an example. We did the first boot camp, January 2018, and I had a young man in there who was a Beachbody coach. He'd been doing the business 3 years part-time. He lived with his parents, bartended at night. He was like 24 years old, young guy. And his goal was to make $40,000 or something like that. And he commented, and he came into my boot camp. He commented, "Wow, I did my power hour in 12 minutes." I said, "Rob, can you please set your goal higher? You're killing me." And he's like, "Okay, I moved it up to 60 grand. I go higher." He's like, "Fine." I moved it up to 100 grand. He goes, "It's still taking me less than an hour." But I just want you guys to know, in 3 months, he recruited 21 distributors to his team. He had never done, in 3 years, he hadn't done 21 combined. He did it in 3 months. He had been working the business for a while, so there was some trust. But the point was he just needed a little bit more momentum. So my answer to you, Mel, is just shoot a little higher. Look, if you shoot for the stars and land on the moon, it's still good. But I would just shoot a little higher, like, get 30 minutes work in there. Get it done. Right. Does that make sense? And if you have 3,000 Facebook friends, that you've got a huge opportunity to build a business there if you're already connected with 3,000 people. I mean, the thing people struggle with the most is meeting people. So if you're already connected to 3,000 people in this example, I would say you've got a great opportunity to immediately get some momentum going in your business. So.
And to go off that, Eric, because I know like, okay, so yeah, I set my goal in that lower range, and I've already been, it looks like I've already been through all my customers.
Yeah.
So like, I
Yeah.
don't know where to go with that. You know what I mean? I don't know what to do.
Yeah, there's probably people on the call who don't have any customers, so they're through it on day one. So what you do is you just put the customer numbers over on prospects, and just do more prospect connects. So if you've got, let's say you've got 10 customers and you're already connected with them all, then don't get caught up in the fact that you're not doing those connects because there's nobody on your list because they have to recycle. Just do more prospect connects. For those of you who are you can't stand the fact you're not getting 100% on Teamzy Day, you can temporarily change your goal to be 0 for customers and distributors and just put it all on prospects, okay? So, but that's my recommendation. So if you're new, everyone's going to be prospects, right? And you're not going to be able to do, like in my example, 6 customers and 4 distributors. And you would just be doing 19 prospects a day in that example. So that's a good question. I'm glad you asked it. Now, some of you only have 150 friends and you're going to get through them quickly and then go, now what do I do? And the answer to that, if it's not clear, is you need to meet more people. You need to get out there and meet more people. First of all, you already know, everybody knows at least 500 people. If you really start digging and looking, and you can go on social media, you can look at the friends of your friends and really start thinking about the people you know and reconnecting with them. But you need to be focused on meeting new people. So some of you have to be in that mindset. I need to meet new people. But I want you guys to understand this. This is a key difference. You're not meeting new people to try to sell them Juice Plus. You're just meeting new people so that you can build a relationship with them. Okay? You're just meeting new people so that you can build a relationship with them. And your relationships will know that you are passionate about what? Okay? Does this make sense? So it's like, I don't want to go off on a rant right now, but okay. So for example, an electrician, what does an electrician solve? What problems does an electrician solve? Electrical problems, right? Does anyone know a great electrician? Anybody? Oh, a bunch of you know a great electrician. So if you came across somebody who is having an electrical problem, would you connect them to that great electrician? Automatically. So what you're doing is you're having relationships, you're investing in people, and people are going to go, oh, you have a problem with your health? I know a great electrician, except the electrician is the example. They're going to connect them to you. That's what you're doing with your relationships. Does this make sense? So you need to be really clear. What's the problem I solve and why am I passionate about it? That's what everybody needs to know. And so meeting new people is easy because you're just meeting new people to have relationships with them. But over time, you want everyone that knows you to know what you're passionately after, what you're doing. Okay. Let's take a couple more.
Do you have scripts for different categories for like follow-ups or for prospects or?
Is that Erica? You're asking if there are categories? So Teamzy automatically divides your list into prospects, customers, and distributors. But we have a tagging system that allows you to create infinite subcategories. However you want to categorize people, you can through the tagging system, if that makes sense. And it's really simple.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yes,
Rachel,
thank you.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Rachel, go ahead.
Yeah, Eric, is there an easy way to like sync your Facebook list? Because I originally pulled in my Facebook contacts, months ago, but I've since gotten a lot of likes and, follows in the past few months. And I don't know an easy way other than manually just putting in one at a time or re-exporting the whole list and trying to figure out a way to get, to figure out who's not in Teamzy.
Yeah. So the easiest way is as you make friends on Facebook, for example, just add them to Teamzy. There's an add new contact button at the top. It only takes a second. That's the best thing to do is as you go. Now, if you fall behind, you can do it. You can export the whole list again. Teamzy will only add the new people. It won't duplicate the old people. So that's if you're falling a bit behind, then just go through that process again. It'll bring the new people in. Now, to answer your other question, as far as syncing with Facebook, there are ways to do it. However, they are in violation of Facebook's policies. And the reason we haven't done it, because we've seen other systems do the sync, is because the last thing we want is for Facebook to go, you're shut off because you did this. Because your business is, Facebook is a huge part of our business. And so so we don't do an auto sync. But from time to time, if you want to pull that list and put it in, and if you, just so you guys know, if you're like, I don't want to do that, all you have to do is ask us and we'll walk you through it. So if you want, every once in a while need help with that, our team will walk you through it. There's a little help button that floats around the bottom right of Teamzy. You just click that and ask for help. They will even, for those of you who are really tech averse like me, they'll even come in on a Zoom and they can take over your computer if you give them permission, and they can just do everything. They can go in, you can log, you log into your back office, they can go in and export your lists and put them in Teamzy and do it all for you. So for some of you, that's really helpful. For others, we've got a help center with videos and lists and instructions that you can self-help. I want you to know that I'm personally really working on the relationship with Juice Plus Corporate. We would love at some point in the future to get fully integrated into back office so that you don't have to do any of that. So that the data just shares and you can just use it. That's like the ideal thing down the road. So we'll see. But they've been working really hard on their back office for a long time. So try not to throw any monkey wrenches into that plan at this stage. But I'm hoping that someday our relationship will get there and we'll be able to do that. That would be amazing.
Eric, I have a question. This is Jill.
Hi, Jill.
Hi. Well, first of all, I have to give a shout out to Jay on your team. She did for me what you just said. She was amazing. I had signed up on a whim for the free trial. I hit the help button. She said she did exactly that. She took over everything. My phone, the iPad, amazing. Like, I cannot give her enough props for helping me because I am super tech averse, non-techie, but have used that as an excuse, and I'm not doing that anymore. So Teamzy for me, like, wow, huge. Getting out of the BS in my head. It's just exactly what I needed. But so I've been, the power hours, oh my gosh, amazing. So I just need to, like, I ran into what Jen was talking to earlier with customers and distributors. Like, you're down to like 0, right? So so I understand I can just bump those over to prospects.
Right.
And I'm not hung up on the whole 100% Teamzy thing, although that would probably be awesome, but I'm okay with that for now. But, so, for example, what I was getting confused about is, like, there's an event on Thursday that I want to invite people to this Thursday, right?
Right.
And so I was like, oh, so I would see, follow-ups and invites. And, and I'm like, but my understanding is that no, this invites on Teamzy is not meant to be for that, really. And then the follow-ups are only meant to be for so like, we're doing the connects every day in the power hour. So like, oh my gosh, I'm being blown up every day. Power hour is huge, just blown up on my phone via text and Facebook Messenger. Okay, so that's good. So I'm back in contact with a bunch of people, feeling a little overwhelmed because it's like out of nowhere, yikes, but it's good. It's good activity. So obviously that takes time to get them to ask the questions, to hear their pain or how I can help, to get them to the point where I'm going to invite them, right?
Right.
But so with the example of having an event this week, how do I use Teamzy for that?
Okay.
Can I go? Yeah. Can you help me?
All right. So first off, a lot of people do use the invites that way for events and things like that, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It makes sense to people. The way that I would do it, Jill, though, because I don't want to, if I have somebody who is like, yes, I want to join your team and they're on my follow-ups list, I don't want to hide them behind 30 people that I randomly invited to a salad party and then not follow up on time because they're pushed down. So what I would do is I would use tags for that. So like, what's the event coming up on Thursday?
It's a wine, financial freedom type event.
Okay, so whatever, create a tag. This is wine event or financial freedom event, right? Just a tag, and then what I would do is I would go down my list, and as I invited people, I would put the tag that event tag on their record, because then you can click that tag on team and it gives you the full list, so you can see everybody that's invited to that event. at a
Okay.
glance. So then you could go like, if you wanted to, let's say you wanted to invite them 3 times, like the initial invite, the middle reminder, and then the, hey, it's today type thing. So then you could hit that list, send everybody the message, come back on Wednesday, hit the list again, send everybody the message. Then what I would do is, those of you guys who haven't even started your free trial yet, just close your ears because I'm overcomplicating
Yeah.
your life.
Sorry.
But then what I would do is after the event, I would go through and I would add a tag. I would take all the people who showed up at the event and I would put them on my follow-ups list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And those people I would follow up like a fiend. And then the next time I had an event, though, I would pull up the list of everybody I had invited before. Maybe they didn't show or whatever, because I want to start with them, right? Because maybe they had some interest, they couldn't make it or whatever. So you have that tag that brings you back to that list later. Does that make sense?
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for that.
So this is a challenge, and I want you guys to know, those of you who are using Teamzy, is that you do it like that, it works fine. But I am looking at some way of building an event workflow into the dashboard. We're just trying not to make Teamzy complicated. We're trying to keep it simple, because as soon as it gets complicated, like other CRMs, everybody hates it. We want to keep it really simple and easy and keep everybody focused on what they need to do. But I think events are so key because they give you a chance to really connect with somebody, right? We're doing all this stuff on Facebook and text. It's great, but if you could get face-to-face with somebody, it's always better, right? Just a little side note, like right now we're connecting on Zoom. I love Zoom. So if I'm messaging with somebody, like my example, I was messaging with Mel and she said, yeah, I'd like some more information. First thing I'm going to do at that moment is say, can you jump on a Zoom right now? If I send you the link, just so we can talk instead of messaging. So my next goal is always to get them face-to-face on Zoom immediately so that we can talk. Because this is a little side note. I didn't want to go off on this, but if somebody says, yeah, I'd like some more information, the last thing I want you to ever do is go, great, and send them a bunch of stuff via email or a link to something. You need to go, you need to find out what information they need. Okay, so just a little side note. If you go to the doctor, if you call the doctor's office and say, I'd like to come in for an appointment, I don't feel well. How many of you would think it would be cool if the doctor sent you a link with a list of all the pharmaceuticals they represent, and you pick what's interesting to you and put your order in? They may even send some videos. Here's some information on what these pharmaceuticals do to your body. That's what we're doing in our business. You need to find out exactly what they need information on and why. And you give them exactly what they need. Does this make sense? You need to go, oh, well, great. You want to get some more information? Perfect. Let's jump on a Zoom so I can find out what your goals are, what your needs are, and see if it's something I can help you with. Oh, great. So now we're on a Zoom. Great. So tell me what's going on. What are you interested in? What's going on with you? And ask questions. Well, I'm really interested in the products. Great. Well, what does a day of nutrition look like for you now? What's your eating look like? How often do you eat out? Okay, great. Are you exercising? Do you have any injuries or any sort of health issues that are going on with you? Great. I'm just taking notes. Perfect. Does this make sense? Find out exactly what they need and then give them that information. And the way I give information is, I'm looking at Rachel. Rachel, based on everything you're telling me, I think you would benefit greatly from, getting these 4 Juice Plus products. And here's why. And I'm going to send you over some information right now. But the first thing I want you to see in that email is the link at the top where you're going to make your purchase to order these products. For me, by the time I get the information on what you need, I'm asking you to purchase it. Does this make sense? But just, sorry, I went off on that little tangent, but when somebody says, yes, I want some more information, you got to go deep now. Now you have permission to go deep, find out how you can help them best and get them exactly that. Make sense? So, and if somebody is like me and they're like, I'm in, I'll buy it. And then you stop selling when you make the sale. This is the thing that kills me. When I bought my tower garden, I can tell you this. I love these guys, but I said, hey, can you do me a favor? Send me your link. I want to order a tower garden. And then I got video after video after video about tower garden. Stop educating me. Just help me buy it. You already got the sale. I'm educated. After 8 months of talking to Juice Plus teams, I'm in. Just send it to me. So anyways, that's my other thing. When you've made the sale, stop selling. All right.
Hey, I'm with Eric. This is Missy.
Hi, Missy.
Can we still get into boot camp? I intended to do that, and that's clearly why I still need to get into boot camp because I didn't get it.
Well, boot camp. Okay, so boot camp's already begun. It started today, so it's not that far in. If you're super motivated, message me and I can squeeze you in there. But registration closed last week. You just got a little bit of catching up to do. Not a big deal, but you've got to get your. Do you have a Teamzy account already, Missy?
Yes.
Okay, so that part's done. You just got to do some goal work. We have a little bit of goal trainings to go through to help you set your goals. Even if you've got them, we're going to redo it. So you've had a little catching up to do. But if you're really motivated to do it, message me personally offline, and I'll see if I can I can still sneak you in there. Okay.
Thank you.
One more, let's take one more because I know you guys are going to turn into pumpkins, and so am I. Does anyone else have one?
Sandra, did you have a question?
Did you say Sandra?
Yeah, I thought I saw you trying to talk.
Oh no, I was just sneezing thanks to the pollen happening around here.
Yeah.
Pollen and
No,
oh,
there
no,
were so many good questions, and a lot of the questions I did have got answered, and so it was really awesome, Eric, to have you. It's been so great. I'm part of the boot camp. I was guilty of doing the 30-day trial and not doing anything with it, and I'm like killing myself for not starting like in October when I first learned about you. But so grateful for all the nuggets that you gave. Thank
It's okay.
you.
When the student's ready, right, the teacher appears.
Right.
So, all right. Well, thank you guys. I really appreciate you having me tonight. Sorry, I always am going to go off on tangents. Hopefully you found them valuable. But thank you for
very
having
valuable.
me. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys will at least get your 30-day free trial going and get a success partner to help you really crush that 30-day free trial. The accountability is key. But God bless you guys. Have a good night.
Thank you, Eric, so much for your time and pouring into us. We totally appreciate it. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much.